Today marks 1586th day of daily lessons, day reflections, and today speak about last nervous system stage, stage 5, integrated mastery. I think that every single person is supposed to strive to really develop their nervous system that is masters, excellent. And I think that when I think about my life, I've been a very, very short period of time in that stage, but I allowed things to come into my life that really degraded my ability to really master myself, improve myself, and be in the top spot. So today we'll share again, like before videos, how to know that you are in stage 5, like what are the key aspects of stage 5. And I used to speak how to really go from one stage to another, and today we'll focus on really how to stay in stage 5, because as I mentioned, I've been here, done that, but at the same time I fell out of it. And I think that's a beautiful thing sometimes. When you really achieve greatness and you fall out of it, now you have at least confidence that it's achievable. And if you made a mistake, now that means that you are able to look out for it next time. Because I think that we sometimes could become a little bit too egoistic or stop doing the right things that really allow us to achieve great results. So let's get started and start sharing how to know that you are in a stage 5. So 12 signs that you are in a stage 5. So your baseline is unshakable. That's a beautiful thing. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life, your baseline emotions, emotional home, your emotional default is steady. And I love this emotion is steady. That means no hype, no numb, just steady. Bad day, your emotion steady. Great day, steady. So it doesn't matter, it's a good or bad day. You have a steady emotions that you're able to really control. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you have that integrated mastery, when you're able to have that steady and consistent. And so interesting thing that it gives you massive stability to know exactly how you will feel in certain moments. Number two, you can enter intensity on command. That's the beautiful thing. When you want to achieve great success, especially when you think about really running a marathon, if you want to finish great, sometimes you need to put that intensity. But before you need to put consistency. But I think that's a beautiful thing that you say, yeah, today I will push. Today I will rest. Today I will recover. Today will be the day where I will want to be more creative. And when you're able to really say that you're going through different seasons and you're able to really have different states in that season. Because I think that's the beautiful thing when every single person go for seasons. Spring, like of course, like a year is spring, there's summer, there's autumn, there's winter, and I think that in life, personal life is exactly the same. And sometimes we have more reflection season, sometimes more execution season. I think that when we have that understanding that you're able to put another gear on command, that's a beautiful thing. Number three, you don't need to be loudest or fastest. You could dominate the room, but you choose not to. Because for you, what matters is it's alignment. That's what you care about. Because power feels controlled, not displayed. Power feels controlled, not displayed. So it means when you're really in the room and you don't need to be the best in a room, now you know that your nervous system is in check. Because I think that's then when your nervous system is not, you're afraid of raising your hand, asking questions. You want to show up as great. You want to over talk about yourself. And when your nervous system is in a great shape, you're asking more questions because you don't want to understand about themselves. Because I even realized on myself when I was at the very core of stage 5, I never talk about myself. I was able to always be really asking ton of questions, understand other person, but at the beginning I didn't understand because at some point I start to realize that I speak about myself more and I ask questions. And I didn't at the beginning I didn't understand why is that? Why I start to be different than I used to be. And now it makes sense because my nervous system said that I need to be seen. And that's why I started to overshare myself. But your nervous system is in a good shape, integrated, and mastery achieved. You don't need to be seen. You're already seen by yourself. At that moment, you ask more questions about others. And that's the beautiful thing. And I think sometimes people, when they share about themselves all the time, realize that it's not that they are selfish or egoistic. Maybe just their nervous system saying that I want to be heard, I want to be seen, I want to be loved. And this is not a bad things. It's just that's what they're feeling right now. You think number four, you think in decades automatically. So when you think about decisions, through you're looking into how this one decision, how this action will really put in the structure of your actions, in legacy, in the system strength, in the processes, in the long-term leverage. So every single action is put in a comparison with a long-term perspective. And if we are not able to do that, it means maybe our nervous system is not able to look that farther away than a week or two. Number five, criticism doesn't hook you. It is useful, you adjust it. It's a projection, discard it. No spiral, no defensiveness, just share data. Share data. And I think that criticism is a great thing because at the end of it, criticism is a feedback. Sometimes feedback is useful, sometimes not. And be able to really understand that feedback and the criticism, we just need to reflect where it's coming from, with what intention. And when we're able to make that rational response, reflection, that moment could be a very good thing. And when your nervous system is integrated, at that moment you're able to do that response rather reaction. Number six, you sleep well even with the high stakes. That's the beautiful thing. You sleep well even the high stakes. So when you have massive event going on next day, you still sleep like a baby. Your nervous system is ready for tomorrow. Because I know that sometimes when I used to go for competition, oh my goodness, how hard sometimes used to be fall asleep. Because you have high stakes coming in. And your nervous system is not in a good shape. So the better your nervous system is, the easier it is to control your emotions and not be hyper aroused. And that's a good, amazing thing. Because now, because you're not hyper aroused, you sleep well, and because of that, you execute better. So a lot of times in competitions, when people come in, people who has a great nervous system, you will sleep better. They will step better. They will think clearer, and they will achieve better things. And that's a beautiful thing. Number seven, you don't chase more, you choose more. And that's a beautiful thing. That means that you don't chase more. A lot of times we pursue more because we want, we deserve. We say, I deserve that. I want that. But when you choose more, so what is ill aligned with me? Because now you take things, opportunities, not from fear of missing out, but because you have clarity in your life, and clarity allows you to say that I choose to pursue this one because this aligns, that this skill set will elevate me in this endeavor, in this pursuit, in this thing that I'm working on. Selective, you become very selective towards that mastery, towards expansion, towards that mastery. Number eight, people feel calmer around you, and this is the beautiful thing. But your presence regulates rooms. And people want to have you in a room because it could be that there's some kind of question, some kind of argument is happening in the room, and your presence calms everything down, and people are able to think rationally. Because when people have different views and they get aroused and they have discussion, now they don't have a discussion, they have emotions going on between each other. But when you really calm, regulate emotions, at that moment you have really thoughtful conversation. And I think that's a massive benefit, really have someone on the five stage in a room. Number nine, you recover from emotional spikes within minutes or hours. And these are beautiful things. So that means no matter who you are, no matter who you are, even nervous stage five will have emotional spikes. Every single person has emotional spikes. The only difference here is that how fast the person will recover from that hot spike. It might be that emotional spike will be like a momentarily, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 50 seconds, until they catch themselves that their body is tense, their breathing is different, And I realized I don't want to waste my time thinking about those things that doesn't add any value to me whatsoever. And I realized recently as well that my nervous system started to again improve towards the right direction. And after a couple of minutes of bad interaction, I realized that, wow, I'm able to really get back to the proper way of thinking, proper emotion, much more faster than it was last year. Number 10, you no longer feel the need to prove you have arrived. And this is a beautiful thing. I think sometimes when people really move between different careers, different jobs, and I really difficult to say that, oh, I'm working on something, I just starting something, and you really want to say that, oh, I already achieved it. This is who I am. And I think that when we want to posture, and I think when your nervous system is in the right spot in the stage five, you don't need to do that. Oh, I just started. This is what I'm working on. This is my dream. This is my calling. I have the clarity that this is exactly what I need to do. Maybe I'm at the beginning stages. It doesn't matter. And I think that being able to be not vulnerable, but knowing that this is the start, and maybe at the beginning you suck, and that's totally fine. And I think nervous stage five allows to know that you suck, but be okay with it. Number 11, you maintain fundamentals without drama. You don't negotiate with those extremely important fundamentals. Sleep, training, reflection, deep work. It is impossible to miss a day without those things that will allow you to keep yourself in a stage five. And number 12, you could lose status and still feel whole. That means it might be that you build life around a lot of different things and you'll lose all the things, but you didn't lose your nervous system. And your nervous system will allow you to stay in a steady emotion. And the most important part is there will be emotional spike. Like every single person will go through emotional spike because of that difficulty, loss of status, of something. But your nervous system will come back to base very, very quickly. That's the most important part. So now, looking into the stage, knowing that is very, very important, and when you are in that stage, we will discuss seven things that we need to do to stay there. So number one, I already mentioned that protect the fundamentals like a beginner. The sleep discipline, physical training, deep work blocks, reflection time, real recovery, recharge, and rest. Those are extremely important, and to any stage. Number two, audit ego monthly. Ego sometimes will want to pursue the things that is not truly beneficial for you because they want to show up, want to prove something, like, and when you really start to ask a question, did I really want to win this room or did I want to really do the right thing? And asking those questions, subtle questions, did I start to interrupt people more? Did I really listen enough? Did I ignore the feedback? And those small things that we really could allow you to see, wow, I didn't ask many questions as this person. What I tried to prove for this person? Did I want to seem more important than truly I am? I think those questions are very, very important. Number three, stay in deliberate practice. And that means that enter control stress on daily basis as often as possible. But you find weak points. Seek high level feedback. Compete strategically. So that means we need to really deliberately practice because one thing is that nervous system is a muscle. Most things in life is muscle, and a nervous system is a muscle. So if knowing that the nervous system is a muscle, we ask, okay, how do we practice it? How we develop it? How to stretch that? And then of course, one of the best is control stress. Control stress is one of the best way to really develop our nervous system. Number four, guard inner stillness ruthlessly. And this is a beautiful thing because nervous system loves steadiness, loves stillness. And if it loves it, why not give it more? Ruthlessly go after solitude, decisive free thinking, strategic retreats, maybe quiet mornings. Find a time to think by yourself on your own because if you will not find time to think on your own by yourself in a solitude where you understand and get the clarity that you need for your life, life will send you messages that will not be beneficial for you and you'll start to believe those messages. And that's why I truly believe that inner stillness is extremely important regarding nervous system. Number five, teach what you know. And this is beautiful, and I think that's even my way of speaking again, teaching what you know. Because when you teach what you know, like it clarifies your thinking, expounds maybe exposes your blind spots, that the things that you might not know or maybe not know how to explain it. Because if you don't know how to explain it, that means that you don't know exactly yet, and that's a great place to be in because now you know what you need to really read in more, so you can really be better at. Number six, maintain state awareness daily. That means that measure your state. And saying like, what kind of state did they have today? What kind of state did they have this week? What kind of state did they have this month? Did they love my state? What they would adjust in my state? And be aware of our state that at some point we say like, wow, my state shifted. Did they like that shift? Did they do the right thing that this shift happened? Or maybe my state moved backwards. What did they do that caused that shift? And I think a beautiful thing because catching sooner is much much more important because I allowed that state to move so much backwards before I realized that it was very very damaging. And I think that no one's supposed to make that mistake that I made. Number seven, keep long term orientation sacred. I think that's very, very important to understand that every single thing is supposed to be in that long-term picture. How everything aligns. And if we start to see that I'm not able to look to long term, what is happening in my nervous system that my mind doesn't go that far? Because when the nervous system is stable and steady, we're able to think about the future. So we're able to ask question, what is happening right now that our nervous system doesn't like? So we can really build that stability for nervous system that we can start looking in that future all the time. The last thing that I want to really look at review is just 7 points, just to really clarify what is that stage five. This is extremely important to mention that every single person is supposed to know. Stage five is a quieter than you think. It feels clean, calm, and steady. So there's no spikes, no nothing. There's just something that's even almost like a boredom, like it's just flat. It's just very small spikes. You can experience very positive emotions, but it doesn't go bad into negative emotions. It's such an interesting thing because it has a very strong floor. That means you're gonna go up for the positive emotions, but it bounces from the baseline. And it's a beautiful thing when you have that stage five because you allow us to go high with positive emotions, but it has a very great strong baseline. Number two, you're not special. You're disciplined for a long time. Nervous system five stage is not come overnight. It's developed with the discipline over long term. And we're supposed to be proud and grateful that we did the right things for long term, for the long time, that we achieved this stage five. And now, because we achieved it, now we need to work even more to really harvest the benefits of stage five. Because there's so many things in competitions, we will be better, more creative. In business, we will have more creative. I think that's extremely important to have the creativity in every aspect of our life. And nervous system stage five will give so many advantages. Cognitive power, being able to focus, having a massive ability to focus. And I think that there's so many benefits. And if we need to really discipline ourselves to achieve that and keep ourselves there, even after not being afraid of challenges, stress, you're able to really go and be embarrassed and and being good about it. Number three, you can access any state without being owned by it. Sometimes people just they get into stage and they not able to change that state. They they happy to get into one state, but after that they really stay in a state for a long time until finally they're able to really move out of it. But now when you are stage five, you're able to move from one state to another, sometimes even within a couple of minutes. Because you know exactly what you need to do to really move from one state to another. And that's a beautiful thing. Again, in every single area in our lives will be beneficial. Relations, business, sports, being able to really put yourself in a different kind of mind, emotional state is extremely important. Going to extremely important business meeting and going through the door. Now, when I will pass this door, this is who I will be in that room. It's extremely beneficial skill that we have. Number four, you're comfortable being misunderstood. You on the stage five, a lot of people on stage one. Your calmness will not be understood by other people. They will feel you that you're cold. Maybe you will think that you used to be very energetic and you used to be hyper aroused, not energetic. And because you're now calmer, maybe say like you lost your edge, you lost your passion, or anything in between. They don't understand that this stage five gives you so much more than being always on the go. Seem busy, but actually being unproductive with your time. And extremely important. Number five, you think in decades, not months. And that's again, I mentioned that's how important is that in stage five, you're really thinking about every single thing that goes through your life is thinking through the decade perspective. If I keep doing this action, how will my life look like in decade? And that's a beautiful question to ask ourselves all the time. Every single action that we do on a daily basis, we're supposed to go through that. And if I keep doing this specific action, what it will lead to. And that's again, stage five allows to go through that. Number six, restraints becomes a superpower. You could react, you don't. You could overextend, you don't. You could dominate the room, you don't need to. Because controlled power is more this displayed power. And that's a beautiful thing. That you restrain yourself because you know that it's not necessary for you. You act from alignment. And that means that you don't need to show the power because that is out of your alignment. And you show the power only the things that really matter. And it's a again beautiful thing when you know exactly what matters for you and you execute only on those things. Because now we say that on the things that do not matter, you give 10% of your energy. On the things that really do matter, you give 100% of your energy and you put yourself in an emotional state that it allows to use that 100% in the most effective way. And last one, number seven, is the real work is internal maintenance. The real work is internal maintenance. And I think that's when we look into number five, you need to really say that did they drift from my things? Did I neglect recovery? Did I allowed ego to creep in? Those questions that really helps to understand ourselves. So like if we start losing self-awareness about our actions, it's all about really managing our emotions and everything about internal. This is an nervous system is inner work, and this is one of the most important work that we can potentially do. And the more I really study nervous system, and now I spend like already 5 6 days on that nervous system, and just insane how much I learned. And I think that from now on, I will be more intentional about building it. And I learned that I will need to really look for books as well because I really want to learn more because this is what they shared is I truly believe just a beginner stage, the beginner understanding of nervous system. Maybe not beginner, maybe intermediate because I still went through all the stages and went back and forth a couple of times, so I know exactly how it feels to be in one stage or another because I was intentional growing myself, but after that I lost the edge and allowed to go backwards. And now again I'm working towards that better tomorrow, better today, my journey to better today. So I think that I will be doing some series about nervous system, maybe in a half a year or more, just to really recover what I said wrong and really build up on the things that is maybe even more true about nervous system. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.